All righty. I think we live. I think we're ready. It's 7:30 ish on a Sunday night, so means it's time for a little time in the man cave. Talk a little Polk County hoops. This is Polk Hoops, your number one source for Polk County High School basketball. Appreciate y'all in tonight, hanging out with us, rocking with us for a little bit. We don't take it for granted. We do appreciate each and every one, each and every time. So thank you. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to the All State PG, All State head coach. What's going on, fellas? Hey, man. What's that?
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. Sunday made it to another one.
Man, my dog in the studio today.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's
I
go.
don't have my green screen, man. I'm like,
It's
jumping
go.
up.
It's go week, man. Hey, it's live in the studio. Everything in the studio at this point. Take off season. So hey, man, I know you've been at it for hot and heavy. So I don't know if you got anything in the tank. If you do, two mistake, it's on you, boss.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Right back quick. Right back quick. Reverse the ball. Coach, I don't know if you got anything.
No, I ain't got something like Coach. Like we a week away from Monday.
Week away.
At this point, Coach, what should you be doing? Coaches and players, you're a week away.
I think that's at this point, Coach, I think we should be having an expectation of how the first week gonna go. Um, we should be very clear on what our expectations is and what we're trying to do, and hopefully they gotten used to the conditioning part of how things gonna be because that's what we hopefully been doing. That's a good point. Making sure your roster, your roster straight because that thing fluid. So making sure you got the people you're supposed to have and grades lined up and expectation at this point. We done had what two fall leagues. We had a lot of summer ball, so you should have an idea of who you got by now. You should have for the most part. You should have an idea of what they can do at this point. Um, and at that point, I guess we just waiting to actually being officially going to go. You're a little closer to it, coach, than me and bro. So what at this point what should be happening?
I think conditioning is important. Like you cannot go into the season out of shape, Coach.
Yeah.
You can't spend 2 weeks trying to get in shape for the season. Like you should already be in shape. But I know one big thing from a coaching standpoint, but I hope either this weekend or next weekend they took time to unplug, spend with their family, loved ones, spouses, and be ready to go. Um, just to unplug for a little bit and recharge their batteries because it's gonna be a long season. But kids wise, man, there's nothing you can do in a week that's gonna, you know, gonna help you make or break yourself as far as making a squad. If you don't have it already,
Kind of like is that kind of
you
like
got a week for some movement.
is that kind of like the ACT SAT at this point? You either know it or you don't. So at this point, now you're cramming. So
Because you don't have so much time for the dress rehearsal.
So would you get your people a week off?
No.
Oh, okay.
I thought most coaches do that though. They give the week before they actually start. They give them a couple of days off.
I was go like Monday through Thursday conditioning, at least Monday through Thursday, because you don't want to lose it. You know what I'm saying? So you at least got to go 3 to 4 days this week.
I hate giving my girls any time off during winter season because it seems like soon they get off, they be out of shape.
I agree. That's
You
why I
know,
say you can't give them off. You
yeah.
know, and like we got so much momentum going right now. Like giving them off, we can lose it. And you know, with your girls, Toomer, you were young last year. We were young last year. We even younger this year. So it's important that we continue to help keep them focused.
So if you're young but you got experience, are you young?
Yeah, because you still got multiple years with the same squad. I don't think the experience has something to do with the youth. So most times, if you young and you talking about experience, that means they've already been playing together, right? For years, like growing up, so they know each other. The experience can come off knowing each other, not knowing the system.
That is facts. And with us getting to the championship game last year and losing, it kind of left a bitter taste in their mouth. So they're eager to get back at it. But you know, those freshmen that we had played last year, they're a year older, a year more mature. And the big thing is with us, you can see leadership from those kids now.
So you don't give them the week off,
No,
but so this last week, then if you're not giving the week off and you're not really conditioning them as hard as you have been, or are you still conditioning the same way, it's just like regular. It's nothing different about this week.
no, it's not. Like I said, you might give them Friday off in the weekend, but Monday through Thursday, like I said, we got to keep our window. You know how we play defense, so a whole week of being off, you know, we can't lose the stamina that we have. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be doing our conditioning on the track, Indian runs. They have a time mile, all of that good stuff.
What do y'all time out my that, Billy?
Um, it's at 7 for the guards. I think it's like 7:30 for everybody else.
So what happens if you don't make it? Keep going till you make it.
Till you make it, coach.
Just asking, coach.
Do you play your kids if one doesn't make it? Do they have to
Um,
make that time in order to start playing?
Most of the time they make it because they know what the expectations are. I haven't had a situation with that happening, but I wouldn't. I probably would just run them for a time, like for a week or something. They would have to continue to run it. But I don't think I would say they won't play. I'm not gonna hurt the whole entire team.
Boy, you ain't make that time with Coach G, boy. You want to tell
That's what
some.
I'm saying. On the college level, we had to be up at 5. If you didn't make it, you was up at 5 every morning.
Until you retested, you couldn't start officially be part of a strong unit until you made that time. You just keep getting up 5 in the morning. I had to do it my freshman year. I'll never forget that.
Build, build character, huh? That's
Man,
what you didn't know it was building character at the time, but that's what it built.
Man, I want building no character, it's building hatred. Everybody at Florida Southern here. I dove it 1 second to go and still didn't make it. Trying to figure out what the hell the die was for.
You probably got some point shaved off for the effort.
Yeah.
You gave all that and then get nothing. You just like forget all of it, man. You can have all
Didn't make it.
do it again. So how many days after that dive did it take you to make it the next time?
Yeah, I mean, I tested out the next time, but it was like a week of getting up early at 5 in the morning, running Lake Hollingsworth for Coach Longer.
hmm
I did better at that. I was like killing that now because it was just like one lap. So I think mentally I wasn't prepared for the circle over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we did the time frame for like running at the lake, I used to be okay with that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we want to give shout out to a couple guys that picked up some offers since the last time we was on. Tate Darner from Santa Fe picked up offer from Jacksonville, and for Dartmouth University, and Alex Sessoms from McKeel picked up LaGrange College. So shout out to both of those young men on their recent movement at the next level. Don't take it for granted. Hopefully, nobody taking it for granted nowadays with how offers work. So, couple questions, Coach. This first one. These are just questions that kind of did has victory done enough? Question one.
Is that the question?
And hey, we at it. Has victory done enough to take the next step? What they brought in or what they kept, has they done enough?
I think they have enough, but they unfortunately, like, history is not on their side. Like, OCP has been owning them, and what's to say to go against that? Now, I mean, we talking about victory. Have they done enough? OCP done reloaded too. So I I'm not on that train. Just as of yet. I love Coach Fitzgerald and what they're doing over there, but until they're gonna have to knock in the door, Coach. They're gonna have to knock it in. So for them to have a chance, they really gonna have to knock that door down.
Okay. East Town King, you think they did enough?
I don't know. I don't know what OCP has, but like the traditional what OCP does, they reload just like they're trying to do. So I don't think they did enough.
Okay. So the first one is no. Second one, has Winter Haven done enough? Don't do it.
Coach, man. I mean, I love the kids that I coached over there. Coach
man,
Woodside got some great kids, man. But
13 minutes in.
Coach, man. Coach.
These are questions we gotta ask, right?
Man, Coach,
these are questions we gotta ask, man.
First of all, Coach, Columbus is a top 10 team, Coach, and they have reloaded. They didn't really lose much from last year, but
they almost beat Mount Verde.
I know. Jason Richardson kid can ball. That boy can play, and he just committed to Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? And the little brother can play too. So, man, to be honest, man, everybody playing for second and third in 7A. It is what it is, Coach. You know what I'm saying? It's no knock to Winter Haven, it's no knock to Coach Woodside, but they playing for second and third at this point, Coach. We talking about Winter Haven, Coach. We talking about Columbus. I mean, Oak Ridge is gonna be tough too. You know, they picked up a top 15 kid in the nation and some other kids. So that's gonna be tough.
PG, judging by how you did your screen, we got your answer, right?
Correct.
They'll get there though. I got a prediction they'll get there again for the third time.
That's tough. That's tough. Who is the best going into the season? Who's the top public school in Lakeland?
In Lakeland?
In Lakeland.
Victory.
Public school.
Yeah, public, man.
Victory.
Oh man, that boy tough, coach.
Oh,
Coach, I'll give it to Lakeland.
Lakeland. Okay.
Kathleen done lost too much. Um, Coach Davis first year, I expect him to be competitive. Lake Gibson, they just haven't been good for a while. So it's clearly Lakeland.
Why is that a question?
Uh,
Who type you that? Cut the screen now. When you ask that question, like, nobody don't care about the top team in public school, Lakeland.
so you would get, because you don't got the answer for the top school in Lakeland also.
Victory.
Oh man. Okay, so all right, man. So every now and then we get random stuff people want to know the answers to. So we say, hey, we'll answer this, see what folks say. So those were a couple questions on the minds of folks. Um, another question, which we really ain't asked yet, I guess we ain't really because we still doing counting down the rankings. But who is? I guess we have to wait till the end to see who is the most. One question I've already got asked or comment in the form of a question: who is the most slept on player in Polk County? So I'm just, I get them all the time, sir. I just some of them we make it to the air, some of them don't. Some of them I
You want us to answer it, or you just threw it out there?
Just telling you, these are the questions that I got this week. So those were three. The other one, like I said, we can't really talk about.
Give you an answer. We can give you answers if you want.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
I can give an answer.
Who you got, Tony?
Sesams.
I like that answer. That's a strong answer though. But I think he's more slept on because of where he plays at.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because the kid is talented. You know what I'm saying? But because of where he plays, I think that's the reason why Toomer given that answer. So I mean, I like it. I would think most slept on. I don't know, Coach. I'm gonna have to come back to that one.
Okay. All right. So we did four more.
Coach, I do got an answer.
Okay.
I would say the Lattimore kid from Lake Region.
Lattimore from Lake Region.
Yeah. Definitely. That kid, since he's been over there, you haven't heard much from Lake Region. Lake Region made some noise last year, and he's one of the major reasons why. Davenport has a kid.
Talking about Hagen's questions.
Davenport has a kid that nobody knows about. And I won't say that he slept on, but you will know his name coming up here.
Okay.
And I agree with Toomer with Hagen's question. Davenport gonna be the huge surprise.
Okay. So, and Davenport just win the FTL
Fall League,
yeah. So congrats to Davenport on winning the FTL Fall League this past week. I think JCP Girls won the girls side of it.
They did.
And I'm not sure who won the Heritage Fall League. Not sure about that. So, but shout out to Davenport.
Shout out to Lawton Childs Middle School girls. They won the middle school championship on Saturday.
That middle school championship?
Yeah, they
Really?
had a tournament this weekend.
Is middle school on the way up? Man, that's a legitimate question, man.
Give the answer. Scream and he know.
That's a legitimate question,
Man,
man.
they make it so hard for them kids now, man. The stuff they got to go through just to even to try out. There ain't no coming back from that. That new law is gonna kill middle school basketball.
What new law?
All that paperwork you got to have in. It's
Not
like
only that, in 2026, school times change on what time you can start. That's gonna really kill basketball too.
what you mean by that? School time.
So, high schools in 2026 cannot start before 8:30.
Huh?
Exactly, and middle schools can't start before 8 o'clock. So just imagine how you having bus issues now trying to get to places. So what kind of bus issues you gonna have now,
Who came up with that dumb rule?
bro? It's a law. Ain't no rule. It is law. 2026. Legislative voted for it. All high schools cannot start before 8:30, and middle schools before 8 o'clock. So it's really going to affect when you start looking at Orlando schools or bigger communities like that when they have freshman ball. Also, like how everybody going to practice, play games, and get home at a decent time.
So high school gonna be starting last now?
Going to start at 8:30.
That's just Florida. That's national,
No, it's Florida.
and that's 2026 when it start.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna have to go to work. I'm gonna have to be to work at 7:30. 7 o'clock. Hey, 2026. What is here?
This would be 23, 24. You got what? 2
I'll
more
be
years.
at 28. Well, hopefully I hit that million, that lottery, boy. Out of here.
What's the logic of that?
um.
What's the rationale? I'm assuming
They're only switching. They're basically switching middle school and high school. Look like
Yeah, basically, it's they feel that basically students are test better with the later times.
high school students test better stuck in school to 4:30.
So I don't know about that one. That's interesting. There, I'm sure they got data to back it up because everything is about the data. Uh, that's an interesting one there. Coach always come with the news you can use. I hadn't even heard that one. So we got we dropped 4 more teams last week as we make our way toward number 1. So we went from 17 through 14. So quick recap: 17 was was Fort Meade, 16 was Lake Gibson, 15 Lakeland Christian, and 14 McKeel. And players of the week, we went 19 to 16. 19 was Ed Wiggins and Bartow. 16, coach just talked about him, Dwayne Lattimore from Lake Region. 17 was Jason Williams. Apologize. The spell check doing Jaden Williams on the post earlier this week, but it's Jason Williams from Bartow. And 16, Willie Wilson from Discovery. So, any thoughts on that? I know we kind of got some feedback that we was bro, man, we got to give it to all people, man, all teams, at least for the jump. But I don't know. We got I guess that rationale. I guess that makes sense. I guess. So instead of fighting the battle they can't win, Coach Ambo, which is getting the kids to bed, we gonna just switch the time to get them more time to be up to test. Okay. So anyway, man. So we got the 4 teams this week. You know, at least one of the teams. I guess it's always interesting how we tried somebody or we slept on somebody or I don't know, the weekly criticism from at least one person. You think you got it right, you think you kind of went through all the same criteria and posted, and you still got folks coming at you. So anywho, based off of PG screen and cut off, he don't have nothing. Coach, you got anything?
Nah, coach. I mean, as far as the player rankings, I think those are solid. I do expect some movement from a couple of those guys. I think they're primed for some big years, especially Willie Wilson, Lattimore, and Ed Wiggins. So if they have the stats to prove it, it could be some movement with that group. Teams wise, coach, this is one of the most difficult years to predict where everybody should be. It's really no separation in those up in that area. So, it'll work itself out. I always said every year it'll work itself out.
And we gotta, we have to, we feel that at least at the beginning for the preseason, we have to do a preseason 25 just now as the year go on. Bro, you know how you knew it was I knew it was coming, man. I knew it was coming. Oh man. All right, so this week, man, we'll keep posting teams. We'll keep posting players. We're gonna do an all preseason all district team also, and that includes not just
What?
the teams, not just the Polk County teams. So you know how in college they do like preseason all ACC, preseason all ACC. So we'll do that too, just so that we can see how our guys compare to the people in their district. Because some of the districts got other teams that's besides Polk County teams, just so folks will have a little idea, for those that care about that kind of stuff. So we talking Polk County, and we have some guys that can play a little bit. And we just asked about slept on players, and I guess we had slept on teams also, right? And we're getting ready to do this Crying Towel Award. So out of the 11 teams, just for and we're doing a pre thing as far as who we think got the best shot. Who, if you had to put your paper money, we're not saying real money, on who you think can tell the best believable, halfway sort of kind of serious story about their team right now. And
if somebody call your team trash, they're telling the truth.
They'll be calling their own team trash though.
Yeah. Let's just get down to that.
I mean, I don't know. You got it coming up, and I mean, because girls start tomorrow.
No, everybody's starting at 30.
That's the new thing. Everybody saw it from go.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember they doing a tournament, splitting the tournament with girls and boys one week, girls and boys the second week by state.
Man,
by, classification.
That's going to be a train wreck in them gyms starting Monday.
Yeah, it is. Because you got volleyball playoffs that's going on right now.
I was say you got girls, boys, and volleyball. That's a logistical nightmare. And now girls still have to. So since the boys start on the 30th, and then you have to practice usually 2 weeks, that means they can start their tip off because We've had a couple. We've released a couple of schedules as they are released to us. So when you haven't seen your team schedule released yet, it's because it has not been released to us, and we do the things. We do the permission thing. So if coaches don't send us their schedules, then we won't release it because we feel like they don't want it to be released. Some people don't want their stuff released. So this week I know we had Bartow release theirs, Sebring, Victory,
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid, and Lake Gibson. Those are the five so far that have sent them to us to be released. Um, Victory has a very impressive schedule. Victory is not ducking anybody at all with the setup of their schedule. So I guess if we looking at, but this is the thing though, Coach, what you was talking about last week or last time we was on about the top 32. People was always saying they were scheduling because strength of schedule, playoffs, and all that stuff. But now, does that even matter? Because are they gonna factor in the strength of schedule with that top 32? I mean,
Whenever they decide to implement it, but it hasn't been voted on yet, so it's not in stone that they're doing that.
It's supposed to
so
happen this year.
No.
Oh,
and so for this year, Victory in good shape, in great shape.
Yes, like their schedule is favorable for them, and I think if they win enough games, I think what's important in Victory is to stop going over to OCP. Is their goal this year is try to get that number one seed, so at least OCP have to travel to them.
that's why they do that scheduling.
Yes.
That's smart.
That's very smart because you gotta like the chances. Like you say, we done went over here a couple times. Let us try it here at our house and see what happens. Let's line up here and see what. I think that's a great. If that's Coach Fitzgerald thought process, I think that's a great strategy. Like, and he got like you say, he got some talent. He got some size with the freshman kid, the sophomore kid he got, and he got the the Wilson kid, the 8th grade phenom that's on campus. So they got players, and they're going to go play people.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna have to win though.
they want to win them though.
Definitely.
Yeah, you can't play them games and be losing, and then
I think he's got to shoot for 22-3, 21-4 at the least.
I think it's doable. Of course, I'm biased, so I won't. Uh, so I don't know if you had a chance to look at the schedules, Coach. How you feel about the ones that we've posted so far? If you can
McGriff always does a great job with his. He know what the game is about, and I love Coach Fitzgerald schedule. He also get to go out of state. I think that's a great experience for him and his team, and for those kids to get some type of exposure. You got a special player in LJ. Then with those other seniors, I think they got a chip on their shoulder, and then you got a top 15 kid in the Wilson kid. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there and you can make some noise, maybe bring some exposure to Polk County if you go out there and do a great job. The other schedules, I like Sebring's schedule, but they're gonna have to win a lot in order to make the playoffs. Remember, they just missed the playoffs last year. So
what would be if you had a pot and you had to put the perfect mix in? What would you say the perfect mix would be of like tough teams, average, and a couple fluff Jimmy Dean games would be the good mix to make sure you got the strength of schedule man taken care of.
Coach, I wouldn't schedule no Jimmy Dean games, none whatsoever. Um, I would play um, medium to top tier in every class that I could. That's just me. I want to play tough competition. Win or lose to get my kids prepared. Playing those other games, they don't help you. It kind of like hurts the kids too because the clock is running. You don't keep them out as long. Sometimes it hurts their like their scoring averages and their numbers and stuff. So I wouldn't even schedule those games. It doesn't make you better. That's why people criticize me in 2012. Only games that I played around here is the ones that I had to. Remember, we had to play those district games back then. You don't have to play them now. I wouldn't play them.
You wouldn't play no fluff games just for breaking action.
Hmm.
PG, you got a mix?
Mm-mm. I don't.
But you can get enough tough games around here, like playing Santa Fe, Bartow, Victory, Lakeland. Those teams will help you. All of those teams have been in the top 20, 25 teams in the state.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan of that, so I don't really got much to say on it. It takes away the rivalry.
That is facts. It does. It does, but you got to do what you got to do in order to get in. Because we had a team every year that has won over 20 games and not getting the playoffs.
Yeah. And that was my next question. Like, do you sacrifice a rivalry game if the team is not good for the sake of strength of schedule? And what does that do to
you ain't got no choice.
The tradition of Polk County basketball?
You don't have no choice because it's gonna hurt you.
And it's already happened. I think Lake was in Bartow. I think they only played one time this year. And that's always a home and home.
Kathleen and Bartow quit playing. I mean, Kathleen and Lake West quit playing each other too, didn't they?
I haven't seen this year's schedule, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So that's
so many rivalries anyway.
Rivalry?
It's only so many rivalries though.
So it's only so many that need to be preserved. Everything else is kind of up for sale.
Yep.
But that's what we was built on, them rivalry games, all right?
But everybody was good,
though. Basketball, yeah, that was just basketball, period. That's what high school was about. They don't take all the excitement out of high school. You imagine a Florida, Miami, and Florida State not playing each other? One is not as good.
But you got to imagine back then, all of them was in the top 10. Preseason top 10, Florida State, Miami was in the top 10. Remember when Bartow, Lake Wells, Haines City were in the same district, or Kathleen, all of those was in the same district, and were all in the top 5 in the state. It's just not like that no more.
So I guess there is a mix. I mean,
but Coach, the mix is you still can't play low level games. Like I said, medium, the average to top tier teams, you know what I'm saying? You got to get quality wins with. It's no sense in going and playing the bottom of, somebody else's district. Now, if they're in that middle area to top tier, I think you play those games.
Okay. So depth to the traditional high school Polk County rivalry.
Yeah, it's killed it.
It's a sad day. It's a sad day. But I guess it had to come at some point, right?
Yeah.
So, real quick, want to shout out the people that's going to participate in the Eddie and Marina Anderson Crying Towel event. Hold on, let me make sure we got some more conversation on this topic. So, okay, Coach Ambo. So, is is it us putting too much emphasis on strength of schedule, or is it the people that do the rankings? Because the way I understood it, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, that strength of schedule was like the highest metric in it.
All
It
right,
is.
let balance be the key, and you win 20 games, don't make the playoffs.
Those late region won 20 games, didn't make the playoffs.
We had
Hardly the year before.
yeah,
Win some games and then make the playoffs.
yeah. I mean, I thought that was the heaviest metric was the strength of schedule, which is why we talk about it. We try to get as many people in as possible. So we
So
just
you have a dilemma. Do what's best for the program or do what's best for emotions and kids playing against their friends and and family members. That's a tough sacrifice, coach, but you got to do what's best for the program. Period. You know, and me and Coach on Lawson, we have this conversation all the time.
Next,
I was just trying to get the conversation of it. So is that's kind of why he so no, we're not saying balance. Well, maybe I misunderstood you, boss. But I thought you were saying like strength of schedule is not no matter. But I guess you're saying it's a balance between tough teams and not so tough teams. Maybe that's what you're saying. I personally think you got to have a balance. I don't think you can line up and just play, you know, top five teams every night out.
No,
But I get the getting tested every night. But might need a fluff here and there. Might need a Jimmy Dean once a week, once every 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say more than three or four though, but maybe a couple sprinkling in there, sprinkle like E40. But yeah, so the Crying Towel teams at the Eddie Marina um, Anderson Crying Towel event. It's a title sponsor, so thank you all for your support. They connected with Son of a Beach Properties. Um, and we also have some other sponsors. We have Booster, we have For Life Promotions, J Love Publishing, um, Brother Little Distributors, and we have a couple more hopefully that'll be tapping in this week. We've had a couple people kind of donate. Terrence James from State Farm Insurance. So we appreciate the support we've gotten so far with the event. And just once again, another way to kick off the season so people can get their feelings out. Interested some people coming to tell a true story. Some people come and tell a false story. But it'll be interesting to see who tells what. But the teams that have agreed to participate once again are Arbondale, Bartow, Discovery, Davenport, Lake Region, Lake Region, Winter Haven, Victory, Santa Fe. I'm missing two.
Lakeland.
Lakeland, Kathleen,
whatever.
and Winter Haven. So it's 11 teams that'll be participating. The MC for the event will be Marcus Jett. So we know that'll be entertaining. And want people just to come out, fellowship, have a good time. We got some raffle items that we'll be raffling off that night so far, and hopefully we'll get a few more before next week. But it's not too late for you to participate. If you want to donate to help out us, help these programs and these kids, we greatly appreciate it. So we getting close in the rankings to the end, and closer the rankings to the teams in the end. We, with the format right now, I asked the questions earlier. Has Victory and Winter Haven done enough to get to the ship? So the next level of the question is: Has a couple of teams that didn't make the playoffs last year done enough to make it this year?
I think they've done enough to make the playoffs. It's still going to have to figure itself out on the court. I don't think anybody else has done enough in order to make the White House, though.
Um,
I'm with you. Are you saying none teams that didn't make it at all last year, or just a couple?
I'm saying the teams that didn't make it. Say, for example, like a Lake Region, people that was close to getting in the playoffs. Yeah.
I think Lake Region and Davenport has a chance to make it within that district. You know what I'm saying? They still got to beat Jones, but I think they have a better chance than they did the previous years in order to make the playoffs. Teams like that better their chances in getting in the playoffs. But like I said, I don't think nobody has better their chances to make it to the White House.
I like that. I like that. That Davenport and Lake Region.
Okay. We just at this point we're just not even in a position to try to compete outside the county.
I mean, for a championship, no.
This year gonna be. Are we predicting a down year this year for Polk County basketball?
I think so. I think it's some traditional teams that's not strong this year, like Arbondale. They're very, very young, and usually they're a top 5 team in our poll.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, Lakeland. Their coaching staff always put together a tough team, but the dynamics of their team is gonna change. I know one of their kids, is hurt right now, so it's gonna be huge trying to replace them. Hopefully, they come back healthy.
It just seems like we kind of still in place, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I thought Bartow did get better, but losing Vash back to Lake Wells, I think, really hurt them. I mean, McGriff would still do a great job, put a great product on the floor, but I thought Vash really made them better.
Yeah, it's a tough loss right there, right before the season start. So is the portal closed?
No.
So with 1 week to go, the portal's still open for business.
I'm pretty sure it might not be many, but I'm pretty sure it'd be some movement this week.
As a coach, that's getting the kid. How does that work with you? Does it matter?
I'm not gonna tell the kid no, coach. I'm not gonna turn them down, but they're behind. They're really behind at this.
Coach is not like thinking about it the same way you look at it. They just so happy to have the player.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't even thinking about how much they behind.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, like you say, you're gonna take him, but that's tough at this point. It ain't no courtesy like it used to be. Like, hey, coach, kid on the way. Just want to let you know. You just find out when it hits social media, or when you get that report. That's to write your grade in on his transfer papers. You're like, wait, what? So
yeah, coach, it's tough out here, man. It has changed the game.
All right. Well, Coach,
another thing, I do have a question for y'all. This is what I actually really wanted to ask. I just thought about it. NIL has just gotten approved in Florida for high school. NIL has just gotten approved. How is that going to change the transfer portal?
Oh, we ain't got them type of players. We worry about it.
Okay.
If basketball, we don't. I mean, football, we got those high level play. We got a few. We always have a few high level players, but basketball.
So even with football, you think that hurt us, or does it help us?
I think it hurt us. 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 I It don't help. It don't help at all.
See, I think people
Probably bad
on the
now.
outside may come and try to purge what we do have.
Yeah.
I think you get schools that got a deep enough pockets. I definitely think they can put together some packages and build them a team, almost like a Miami Marlins that year when they built that team to win the World Series and then it just blew up the day after. So
Yeah,
I mean, just convincing it's going to have to be an attractive package to pause, I guess, to everybody involved. But I can see some teams with some money that ain't not really been good. They could throw money at people because now it's legal. But you gotta get enough kids to go for it to make sense. I don't know if I'm gonna go and take that by myself and be getting beat down every week. So you get 3 4s coming over here, that might change my mind a little bit. So I don't know, but I think it could. I apologize, y'all. I don't know how to turn my sound off from iPhone literate. So Coach, what's your last advice as y'all come to the finish line, boys
my
and girls? Since y'all starting together, boys and girls, or
my
girls.
my last advice is it's it's easier to get focused now than when it actually starts. Like, don't put yourselves in a position to hurt the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, have your grades straight. Don't get in trouble in school. Coaching wise, it start getting prepared now as far as practice plans, game plans and things that you're gonna do. It's easier to do that pre-planning than it is to do while you're, doing all of that stuff. But the focus got to start now, coach.
That's the key
Focus,
with focus. Yep.
yeah, focus got to start now.
Lock in,
It just don't turn on and off like a light switch or like a father. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And then the accountability from the coach all the way down to the manager coach. Everybody got to be on the same page.
I agree.
Well, yeah, I heard it from All-State coach. As you get your last week out the way, once again, it's not too late if you want to participate in the Eddie and Marina Anderson Crown Towel fundraise event. Once again, shout out to Eddie, Coach Eddie, always supporting Polk County basketball. It's never even a conversation. So we appreciate you, Coach. You and your lovely wife. So all right, so that's all we got for tonight, man. So we'll drop some more teams, some more names. Sure, we'll pick up some more conversation. We appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. Who y'all got tonight? Is it Philly and Miami?
I got Philly.
And that's it. That's the game, right? The Dolphins and Eagles.
Yes, it just started.
Yeah, I like Philly too. So that's gonna be a good game. They picked a good one. Some of them games they've been picking, boy. They've been some.
Been terrible.
I'm gonna go with Miami because
Like Dolphins.
because Philly, even though they're 5-1, a lot of those games have been close. They haven't been dominant, especially offensively. Like Jalen Hurts don't look like the same player as last year.
He looking good on his first drive.
My
But
team, and to your point, yes, sir. That's what we talk about. If you get enough guys that can throw money at some kids, you can get a couple to come with you. But I don't think one jet by itself gonna go. But yeah, you get a package together. I got 5 of y'all. I'm gonna give y'all 50 stars a piece. That could change the conversation. So it's gonna be interesting to see how many teams will choose to use their resources. Anyway, till next time, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Y'all be safe this week and enjoy your last week before you get ready to go, man. We're official. We're official on the 30th. Till next time, Polk Hoops, we out. Appreciate it.